The Supermarket Sagas. Liam stared at the broken checkout scanner and sighed, knowing it was going to be one of those days. Nina hummed at the register, oblivious to the growing line of impatient customers. Oscar balanced on a ladder in aisle 4, trying to restock cans but dropping more than he managed to shelve. A loud crash echoed through the store as Daisy accidentally knocked over an entire display of cereal boxes. "You all right, Daisy?" Liam called out, already knowing the answer but heading over to help. "I'm fine, just testing the gravity in here," Daisy said, brushing cereal dust off her jacket. The door chimed as a man in a full scuba outfit walked in, sending Nina into a fit of giggles. "Do you need help finding something?" Nina asked the scuba man, barely holding in her laughter. The man simply nodded, dripping water all over the floor as he headed toward the frozen foods. Oscar slipped on the wet floor and crashed into a pyramid of oranges, scattering them everywhere. Liam rubbed his temples, watching the chaos unfold and wondering if it was too late to change careers. Nina decided to help by giving unsolicited life advice to a teenager buying a pack of gum. The power flickered, causing all the freezers to beep in unison like an out-of-tune orchestra. "Great, now we have a musical freezer section," Liam muttered, heading toward the back to check the breaker. Daisy stood by, watching the freezers beep, tapping her foot to the rhythm like she was at a concert. Meanwhile, Oscar was trying to catch a rogue orange that kept rolling down the bread aisle. Nina was busy convincing a customer that the expired yogurt was still probably good if they ate it fast. The lights flickered again, plunging half the store into darkness and sending customers into a panic. Liam emerged from the back, flashlight in hand, looking more like a horror movie character than a manager. "It's just a little power outage, folks," he called out, trying to calm the chaos. Daisy grabbed a flashlight from her purse, declaring herself the supermarket savior and leading customers through the dark aisles. Oscar used the opportunity to hide in the back and practice his juggling skills with canned beans. A customer complained about the lack of organic avocados, oblivious to the power outage. Liam felt his patience slipping as he tried to reset the breaker while dodging a flying can of beans. Nina, with her flair for drama, started telling customers that it was the end of the world but to stay calm. The scuba man returned to the checkout with a cart full of frozen pizzas, leaving puddles everywhere. "You sure you're not lost?" Liam asked him, eyeing the growing lake by the checkout. "Just prepping for a deep-sea adventure," the man replied, completely serious. Daisy took it upon herself to hand out flashlights to the remaining customers like a disaster relief worker. Nina started giving impromptu therapy sessions to a couple arguing over which brand of cereal to buy. Oscar decided the best way to lighten the mood was to attempt to break his personal best in cartwheeling down aisle 3. "Oscar, no gymnastics in the aisles," Liam shouted, but Oscar was already mid-flip. The power finally came back on, but now the store smelled like a mix of wet scuba gear and spilled yogurt. A confused elderly man entered, asking if this was the DMV, further adding to the absurdity of the day. Nina gave him directions anyway, pointing vaguely toward the deli section. "I don't think that's right," Liam said, watching the man wander toward the cheese. Oscar started a slow clap for the power's return, but only Daisy joined in, making it even more awkward. Nina tried to salvage the moment by offering everyone in line a manager's special, even though it wasn't a thing. Liam, tired but amused, leaned on the counter, watching the store return to its usual odd rhythm. The scuba man waved goodbye, leaving behind a trail of water that would take hours to clean up. Oscar resumed stacking cans, this time with a bit more focus, though still dropping the occasional one. Daisy stuck around, claiming she had nowhere better to be and offering to supervise. A kid threw a tantrum over a toy and the cereal box, and Nina handled it by giving the kid a cookie, which made things worse. Liam nearly tripped over an abandoned cart, swerving just in time to avoid an inevitable fall. The freezers beeped again, this time in perfect harmony, as if mocking the day's events. A dog somehow wandered in, and Nina immediately adopted it as the store's unofficial mascot. Oscar fed the dog a piece of cheese from the deli, which only encouraged it to follow him everywhere. Liam debated calling it a day but knew the moment he left, things would only get crazier. The store's loudspeaker crackled, playing smooth jazz that no one had asked for, but everyone accepted. Nina danced by the checkout, twirling the price gun like a baton, while Liam just shook his head. Oscar taught the dog to fetch cans of soup, which delighted customers but annoyed Liam when one can went flying. Daisy proclaimed she had saved the day once again, even though all she did was drink 3 sodas and hand out flashlights. Another day at the supermarket, Liam said to no one in particular as the sun set outside. Nina gave the dog one last treat before the store officially closed for the day. Oscar, ever the clown, attempted one more cartwheel, which ended in a pile of paper towels. Daisy waved to everyone as she left, promising to return tomorrow with more excitement. The scuba man returned at closing, but this time only to ask if they sold pool noodles. Liam locked the doors, finally able to breathe, knowing that tomorrow would be just as bizarre. As the lights dimmed, the employees smiled, finding joy in the madness that was their everyday life at the supermarket.